On July 19, 2026, a lone police officer arrived at a residential street in Meriden, Connecticut. What he found was an active nightmare. A man strikes another person in the head with a baseball bat. The officer didn't have the luxury of a tactical briefing, backup, or time to physically prepare. He ran towards the violence to stop it. He ordered the attacker to drop the bat 4 times. The attacker refused. In the chaotic seconds that followed, the officer fired a frantic volley of nearly 20 rounds before the assault finally ended. The lethal force met the legal requirements for justification. However, the Bodycam footage revealed a different problem. Many of those rounds missed the attacker entirely, continuing their trajectory into the surrounding neighborhood. This incident shows that a shooting can be legally authorized while still exposing deficiencies in tactical preparation and firearms proficiency. When an armed professional fires an entire combat load at close range to stop one threat, the firearms industry tends to hide behind a single word. They blame stress. But stress is a constant in defensive gun use. It is the environment training is supposed to prepare a shooter to manage. The Meriden incident challenges the assumption that passing a standard qualification course prepares someone for a gunfight. A certificate does not control recoil. A piece of paper cannot make an unaccounted round disappear from a residential street. To understand why this training fails, look at the administrative nature of a standard qualification range. Shooters step up to a line, knowing the distance and commands before the drill begins. Cardboard targets don't move or attack. Institutional scoring parameters reward marginal hits, prioritizing paper rings over human anatomy. If a shooter struggles, they are often recycled through the course and allowed to reshoot until they meet the minimum score. A qualification card verifies that a shooter met a specific administrative standard at a specific time. It does not predict if they can actually process a sudden lethal threat, or if they can accurately account for every single round. Once the controlled range environment is gone, the shooter's own biology becomes the primary obstacle. Sudden visual violence forces human biomechanics to deteriorate. Experimental data from Vrije Universiteit Amsterdam shows a steady baseline of officers shooting normally. When an opponent fires back, accuracy plummets. Under lethal pressure, the brain experiences cognitive overload. Tunnel vision sets in, fine motor skills break down, and functional grip degrades. A separate study in PubMed found that shooters who were intentionally trained under high-anxiety conditions maintained their accuracy under pressure. Delivering that accuracy is critical, because handgun bullets do not possess magical stopping power. Striking the torso does not guarantee an immediate physiological stop. When an attacker doesn't drop immediately, an untrained shooter often enters a panic loop, firing emotionally driven, uncontrolled strings until their weapon is empty. Human biology overrides a uniform or a concealed carry permit. Stress does not create skill. It audits the skill that was already there. We must ask the public safety question regarding the Meriden incident. Where did the missed rounds go? The shooter owns the projectile from the moment it leaves the barrel until it stops. Every bullet carries their name, their career, and their future with it. Reducing this liability requires moving beyond high round counts on a flat range. Science-based training prioritizes how the shooter's brain and body process high-stakes information. This involves evaluating a shooter cold, measuring visual processing, and using force-on-force scenarios with mandatory remediation for those who cannot perform. Military personnel, security professionals, and armed citizens face the same biomechanical realities as a responding officer. Emergencies do not award points for effort. It's time to stop collecting certificates and start developing actual capability.